Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today I'm going to be going over filtering in Tableau. You can see I'm connected to the orders sample superstore data source that's included with Tableau. Got dimensions and measures and a blank canvas here. So let's just pull something in to show you how you would filter it. So I've got customer names here. There's two ways I can start filtering customer names. I can either take it from here and drag it into this little filter shelf, or I can click on the bubble here and go filter. So the first thing you'll see is you can go ahead and check and uncheck all the items you want. If you select none, it'll unselect all of them, and all, it'll select them. If you want to look up certain items, let's say I want to see Greg, you can type it into this box and it'll look for anything that contains those letters. If you click all, it'll select all the ones in this little sub list. So if I want to do that, if I click OK, you can see it then executes that filter. So if I go back to the filter, some other options we have, we could go exclude. So then the ones that you select are just going to be excluded. So then we've got a list, all the Gregs are taken out. You see, you go from, let's see, George, well, here you go, Grant to Guy. So Gregs are not in there anymore. Let's take that filter off. Let's go ahead and select none. What you can also do is you can add items to a list like this. I actually use this portion of it if you have a list in Excel. You can go ahead and Control-C to copy that list, and then Control-V here, and it will give you the list here to filter on. It's a very helpful thing. There's also wildcard. So let's say I want to filter all of them that start with Aaron. If I go ahead and click OK, you can see all the customer names that start with Aaron are filtered. And you have ends with exact match, etc. And you also have the exclude, so in the same way as the first one. You can also use conditions. So I'm going to actually take this wildcard off. And then for conditions, you can choose a field. Let's say sales. So you got equal. This is not equal to, if you have never seen this before. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So let's do greater than or equal to, let's do 1,000. So you can see the values range from 5 up to about 25,000. Click OK, and let's put sales in there. You can see all the values are now more than 1,000. Let's go back to the filter. So you can combine these and the wildcard and the conditional, but I'm going to actually take these off to make it easier for you to see what happens when you do apply the filters. We also have a top. So here we got top or bottom, and then you can select the number you want, or you can create a parameter to set this dynamically. We'll just stay with 10, and we got sales, sum of sales. So you'll see we've got 10 values here by customer, and these are the top 10 sellers by customer. Now, one thing to note about this top 10 or top whatever filter, if we start applying other filters, so let's pull in like a segment or something, and let's just choose consumer. You can see I no longer have 10 items here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you have other filters than just the top filter in your filter shelf, it's possible you might get a sub list of the 10. The way you handle that is with your other filters, if you click on it, there's this option called Add to Context. So what Add to Context does is it applies these filters before applying any other filters. So it'll apply the consumer filter, and then it'll apply the top 10 filter. So it'll take the top 10 of the list that's already been filtered by consumer. So now we're back to 10 items. So you'd have to add to context any filter that's not one of your top filters in order for the top X number to be shown correctly. Some of the other things with filters, so if you want to show a filter, you can show it like that. Just click on it and select show, and it will pop up for your users to use. Now there's different options for how to display these filters. You can do a single value list, so the user can only select one value from the list. Let's actually take this top 10 off so it's a little bit easier to see. There we go. So now if I select anybody, it's just going to show that one. And we'll take the segment consumer off as well. It's a little confusing. Okay, so you can have the user just select one of any value, a single value drop down, similar. It makes it a little bit more compact because it only shows all the values when you select into it. And then you can do single value slider. This is more for numeric values. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for text values like I have here. A multiple value list, like the other one, except you can select multiple values. Multiple value drop down, again, just a more compact form of that list. And then we also have multi-value custom list, so you can type in the values that you want and add them individually or take items out. There's also the wildcard match. So if you put in something like Aaron, it will try to find all of the customer names that contain this text. So those are kind of the values there. You can also choose to only show the relevant values. So if there's only one filter, it's not going to make much of a difference. I'll go back to single value list. But if I start putting in other filters, let's say a good one would be postal code. That'll filter it quite a bit. If I just select one of these postal codes, you can see there's only one customer that has that postal code. So when you select only relevant values, it'll only show that one customer in the filter. And then if I take this out, again, it will show me the full list. And if I put all values in and put that postal code filter back in, it'll still show all the values, even though there's only one customer that applies to. And that's kind of all you need to do filtering. I hope you learned something. Thank you very much.